So let's talk about the matriarch, mastermind, allegedly. She is our top story this morning, and we're kind of checking off the key players on the witness list, and we're wondering, where in the world is Charlie? Special Agent Patrick Sanford will be resuming his testimony this morning. And there's one key state witness, though, that everybody's talking about. Convicted killer Charlie Adelson. So when will he be taking the stand? Court TV's Julia Janae has more from Tallahassee.
Good morning, Julie. That's right. We are gearing up for day 5. And at this point, we don't know for sure if Donna Adelson is going to be taking the stand in this case the way her son did 2 years ago. It's certainly her right to decline. It wasn't promised to jurors in opening statements. And she never sat down for a police interview. But that's not stopping this jury from hearing her voice inside of the courtroom. Wednesday's testimony and evidence included FBI wiretap recordings on the Adelsons, and this was 2 years after Dan Markel's death. Here's Donna calling her son not too long after she was approached by an undercover agent who covertly claimed to know all about her murder-for-hire plot.
Who was the letter addressed to? You. That's crazy. Did it have a... Do you know who sent it to you?
I have a pretty good idea. But, you know, let's walk in and
Now, the agent admitting this evidence, Patrick Sanford, he is returning to this stand today with more for this jury to hear. At Donna's son Charlie's trial, Patrick Sanford was one of the last witnesses in the state's case. But Donna's case comes with a lot more potential evidence of what she's done in the last 3 years, including that one-way flight to Vietnam and the alleged bribing of inmates that she's housed with behind bars. We will see what all comes out. There could be a lot more ahead in this case, Julie.
Our thanks to Julia Janae for that early update. So when do you think we're going to see Charlie testify? Could it be today? Let's bring in our power panel and ask them. Here with me this morning, the host of the podcast, Pretty Lies and Alibis, Gigi McKelvey is with us, and our attorney, legal expert guests who join us every Thursday morning, Michael J. Brown and John Phillips. Good morning to you all. All right, ladies first. Gigi, what do you think? When are we going to see Charlie?
I think he's going to be one of their very last witnesses because they're so intertwined together and everything went through Charlie and Donna. He has a lot to offer. And here's my question, Julie. We know he's trying to get an appeal and the chance of that is like 0 to none. She threw him under the bus in her opening statements and still continues to do so. So if he's called to the stand, is he going to be mad enough to where he's like, you know what, I'm going to let it all hang out, or will he err on the side of caution? But I think he'll be one of the very last they call.
One of the last. Yeah, you know, and that really is a million-dollar question, Gigi. Is he going to help Mom or hurt Mom's case? I felt like he was such a mama's boy, you know, up until he was convicted. Now, I don't know, prison can change people, can't it, Michael J. Brown? What do you say?
Good morning, Julie. Good morning, everybody. I don't know necessarily if we're going to see him. I'm going to take that opposite approach. What is he going to add? I don't know. From the prosecution standpoint, Julie, you know, they already have before a jury the fact that he was convicted. So I don't know what he's going to add. Obviously, his story, and I think he would maintain his loyalty to his mother. I can't see that changing, where he would change his testimony and give it all up now. So his story, although I don't know how believable it was and wasn't brought by a jury in the first go-round, I don't think it's going to help the prosecution. And just the same, I don't even know if it would help the defense. So we may not even see him in this trial. And keep in mind, he still may have Fifth Amendment rights because of the pending appeal. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're raising really important points. Okay, John Phillips, break the power panel tie right now. What do you say, please?
Oh, no, I got to go a little bit with Michael. You know, the Fifth Amendment definitely goes through appeal. You know, that still is mama, right? And even though the attorneys are doing what the attorneys doing, reasonable doubt, right? Reasonable doubt is the magic phrase here that they're just trying to get through. I don't know if we see him. I hope we do. It'll be fantastic television. We'll get the popcorn ready, but I don't know.
Yeah, get the popcorn ready is right. Okay, so you seem to be leaning, on the side of you don't think we'll see, which fair point. You both are seasoned trial lawyers. Maybe the juice just isn't worth the squeeze. Maybe these prosecutors say, he's a liar. He lied once. He might lie again. Who knows? This prosecution has been anything but normal. Let me just say that. It's been probably one of the most unconventional prosecutions I've ever seen, going after the low-hanging fruit and just going right up the chain. So let's play a clip from when Charlie testified back in his trial. And he was talking about kind of being a mama's boy back then. Let's watch.
So I wanted my mom to know what happened, but I also didn't want her saying anything to anybody. So I told my mom, I said, listen, I'm going to tell you something, but I never want to talk about it again. I never want you to talk to me about it on the phone. Don't talk about it anywhere. And please, whatever you do not say anything to Dad. Do not say anything to Wendy. Do not try to make me go to the police, because I'm not going. You got to promise me all that, and then I'll tell you.
And what did you tell your mom?
I told her that the night of the 18th, I got extorted for $250,000.
Oh, he got extorted. My goodness. The extortion defense. Gigi McKelvey, I know you watched that trial, and we talked a lot about it when it was in progress. Tell me, as you look back on it, what are some of the things you're thinking about with the mom-son dynamic between Charlie and Mama Donna, as we're watching Mama Donna now here in the hot seat?
Yeah, I mean, from the beginning, it was just a very odd relationship, very intrusive on both ends. And just yesterday, by starting these wiretaps, what they're doing is they're showing this jury that those two were thick as thieves. They worked together, they went to each other, they talked about these things in code. So they really were establishing that Charlie and Donna were the Adelson end of the communications, and that Charlie was going to do her bidding. Now, yesterday it was about Wendy's relationships and also her work. So what they're telling the jury is Donna would get Charlie to do her bidding for her, and he would. So, yeah, it's a very strange relationship. Who knows where it's at now? But I'm interested to see, like we just talked about, does he take the stand?
Does he? Right. And let's talk about the idea, could he get anything from testifying? Michael J. Brown, let me go to you on this. Is it possible that at this stage in time, he can ask the state of Florida for something, some years off his sentence, something in exchange for being truthful and taking the stand?
I think he's soiled. I don't think he's going to get anything. And quite frankly, I don't think the prosecutor would give him anything in exchange for his testimony, Julie. When you come in and you testify and you give this whole story, and then now all of a sudden you're offered something in exchange for your testimony, and you change your story completely. From our standpoint, from the defense standpoint, that makes you a worthless witness, because the ammunition we have is tremendous. So I don't think, I mean, I'm just being candid.
No, I love it. I love how you put that. I think a lot of people think he's worthless.
Well, as a witness, not a human being. So it's just not. We'll have that on the next show.
Go ahead, Michael.
I just don't think. I don't think it's the prosecution gets anything out of his testimony, and wouldn't give anything in exchange, quite frankly, other than a round trip ticket from wherever he is.
Yeah. Okay. Let's dovetail off of what Michael just said. John Phillips, tell me, let's think about this, the long game. We know we've got another case we're going to see presented. The defense has indicated they're going to present for Mama Donna, call some witnesses. She may be one called. The defense attorney, it's out of his mouth, not mine. And he said her son Charlie, in so many words, will be called. So do you think one way or another he's going to be seen and be in front of this jury, maybe though in the defense case?
Maybe more so on the defense case, because again, this is a guy that didn't like this prosecution when he had to go through it, and now he's going to cooperate, and then still kind of have to give reasonable doubt and deal with his appeal. Like it just, I mean, certainly you can subpoena him and bring him, but and he might even say some things, like his credibility is on the floor. And he might say some things on the stand that help his, that intentionally are designed to help his mom. It's just so tumultuous and his credibility is so shot, you know, I understand him from the concept of throwing up some reasonable doubt, but, you know, certainly not leading with him.
Yeah.
As a prosecutor.
I mean, this guy, he ruined his life and he only has himself to blame. He was a successful dentist. He had, you know, the world, you know, at his fingertips, and then he ruined it by killing his former brother-in-law. We have to leave it there for now. We expect things to start back up at 8:45 a.m. Eastern. Gigi McKelvey, I have to let you go. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. Always enjoy having you.
Thanks, Julie.
Take care. And Michael and John are going to come with us. You do the same at home, please.